This is Shoe0nhead. She's responding to Hasan Piker over his anti-male rant. Now, because Shoe0nhead is, of course, not perfect at this, I'm going to add my commentary and I'll correct her where it's needed. Now, before we start, a lot of guys think Shoe0nhead is an exceptional woman. She's different from the others. She is not. I remember years ago, the man she used to be with, he went by the name on YouTube as Armored Skeptic. He was more popular than her at the time. And when they got together, she opened her own YouTube channel. The first thing all us guys said was that if she outstrips Armored Skeptic in popularity, in other words, in status on YouTube, she will leave him. And guess what happened, right? Armored Skeptic and Shoe0nhead are still a couple. The YouTubers ended their romantic relationship in 2020. Yeah, that's probably when she overtook him, right? Being engaged since 2017. So they were engaged. She was what's engagement? She was promising Armored Skeptic that she loved him forever. They were going to get married. But one of the stipulations she left out was that he had to be above her in status. He didn't maintain it. So in other words, Shoe0nhead is a typical hypergamous woman, right? So anyway, let's get at the very beginning.
The other day, I made a video about the Pragmata video game drama and covered some insane opinions people were having about it. How the game—
They weren't insane, though, Shoe0nhead. They were hateful. Maybe you consider hatred insane, but let's face it, the word insane is to avoid the fact that it's hateful. It's anti-male.
Activated some fatherly instinct in some men. And how people—
Well, actually, the fatherly instinct, it's really an instinct to get with a woman, Shoe. That's what it's really about. When a guy says, I want to have children, what they're really saying, I want to be with a woman. That's what's going on here.
People were calling those men creepy incels for having the basic human desire to start a family. A small part of that video—
And again, these guys really want to start a family, right? They want to get with a woman. For example, Shoe, how many children do you have? You're in your 30s. You don't have any children, right? Children are workers for the parents. That's why they had such big families in the past. The love for the children was actually secondary. The children were going to work on the farm, and then they were going to look after the parents in their old age. Now we have pensions. So women are foregoing having children. Again, Shoe, you're in your 30s. Where are all your children?
was covering far-left Twitch streamer Hasan Piker's awful opinion about it. I will play that—
He's not far left. He's not left-wing at all. He's a male feminist. Feminism, Shoe0nhead, is far right. It's a far-right regressive hate movement. Hasan Piker is right-wing.
that segment in its entirety so you have some context.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like if you're a gamer,
he's getting angry that these guys are actually exposing themselves as non-subhumans. They're having a very human expression. It's something that you can't bash, right? That's what's angering him, because this is a male feminist. He wants to harm his fellow man. So he always wants to trash them. And this is making his narrative look bad. It's making it look false. This is what you have to come up with, Shoe.
you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman. Why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
Well, that's untrue, right? Hasan, how are you getting laid? You upped your status. These guys who play games, they could get a high-paying job, and then they could bribe someone like Shoe0nhead, like Armored Skeptic did, right?
This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to.
Why are you using gender-neutral terms? This is a male issue, right? Again, Shoe, you're not interested in having children. You represent the average woman. If the average woman has enough status and easy income without a man, she doesn't bother with children. This is a male issue.
To find a partner, they feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well.
Community. Community is women, by the way, Shoe. Men orbit around women. That's what communities are, actually, right? So you can't have a community if the women don't want men around. Right? Well, you can't have a community. You can have a community of women, right?
Guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is—
That's virtue signaling on his part, right? This guy's a grifter. He doesn't really care about those people. What he cares about is what he expressed here, right? That's what he cares about. It's not libertarian. Feminism is not libertarian. Shoe.
this nihilistic horse shit? You never aspire for anything. Never—
No, it's not nihilistic. No. Hasan Piker he's not a nihilist. He's not against these guys having families because he's against families. He's against these guys finding a woman and therefore finding some kind of contentment. He's anti-male contentment, Shoe. I really hope you will see this video, right?
Never aim for greatness and meeting. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hasan. Oh,
yeah, but that's right. Thank you for calling him out, right? But he's really saying not sex so much, but validation by women. Female validation. There are sexless marriages, Shoe. Sexless marriages for men abound. They still stay in them. So it's really about female company and female validation. A man wants sex with his wife. But I mean, that comes second. That's why he stays there.
also, 35? No kids? Sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen—
Again, that's a good point. But at the same time, Shoe, what are you, 38? How old are you now? And you have no children. I'm not saying you have to or should. But the fact that you and so many women like you choose not to have children, that says something, right? These guys wanting to have children, again, is about wanting to shack up with women. Right.
seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt, sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept.
He's not mind raped. He's a feminist. Feminism's been around for over 150 years. Right? And wanting something more for their life, yeah. More for your life is a female partner. That's the big more that men go for.
That was 3 minutes of a 30-minute long video. I didn't think much of it, I just uploaded it and moved on. The next day I woke up And my YouTube homepage was flooded with videos like Shoe0nhead just ended Hasan. Shoe0nhead destroys Hasan. Shoe0nhead finishes on Hasan. Wait, what? I had no idea.
Yeah, you've got a lot of support, Shoe, and this is what I'm talking about. This is one of my complaints, right? Or observations, whatever you want to call it. You have 2.5 million subscribers. YouTube supports you and boosts you. That's a bad sign. A true pro-male channel such as my own is suppressed. I've seen the analytics and seen videos of mine start skyrocketing in views, and all of a sudden those views start vanishing, like being erased, right? The reason why you are boosted by YouTube is because you are controlled opposition. YouTube loves a woman who can placate men. I know you're not being a bad person here, but what I'm saying, your content puts men to sleep. They look at a beautiful woman. They say, oh, she's on my side. I don't need to fight for my rights. She's fighting for me. But Shoe, you aren't fighting for men. Right? On a political level, you do nothing against the feminist hate movement that's always churning. That's why YouTube supports you.
What was going on? And to my surprise, he actually responded back, which then prompted a bunch of new videos. Hasan just had his biggest meltdown. Hasan's biggest meltdown yet. Shoe0nhead has completely mind-broken Hasan. His response to me couldn't be that.
He made a major mistake, male feminist mistake. This whole thing supporting, like, I keep forgetting their names, the Gazan people. The whole point is that he saw it as a positive, like, this is the right side. If I support this, it'll grow my channel, grow my status. But because he went off the rails, he went after Pragmata, not realizing it was a huge mistake. Right? He damaged his status by doing that. In hindsight, he would love to take this back, but he can't.
Bad, right? Right?
What an unbearable f***ing way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe0nhead. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl. Ooh, look at me. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me. Why would you openly admit that you...
All guys would... Hey, Shoe0nhead, I gotta admit this. All guys would fap to you. Include this guy faps to you.
Listen to Shoe0nhead. What the f*** is wrong with you?
In this video, I'm going to show my raw reaction to his response, and throughout that will be sprinkled in, like, normal commentary. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I was really debating whether or not to...
That's a trouble, Shoe. Your commentary is normal. Well, it's not really normal. It's standard. Right.
Do a response to his response, but like, everyone else is covering this crash out, so why wouldn't I, the subject of said crash out, cover it myself? Like, there's currently a resolution in Congress to, like, disavow Hasan Piker, the same thing that they did to Nick Fuentes, disavowing private citizens for what they said on the internet. What are we doing here? Does our government...
There you go. Like, this is a good point. The political system is churning, and the feminist movement is still churning away to silence men's voices. I covered, like, well, maybe I didn't cover. We talked about Canada trying to scrub out any anti-feminist material on this platform. My channel might get wiped out. Right? This is a serious issue for men, right? And you don't do anything for that. You talk about politics, but you don't rally men. You don't inspire men to do something. You actually are about putting them to sleep, even though that's not your goal, right? This is what actually happens.
really have nothing better to do? Like, there is so much going on in the country right now, so much going on in the world right now. I feel like decades worth of news happens like every week. Every day there is a breaking story of the most insane stuff you've ever heard in your life. Everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion immediately. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, you're probably not seeing the full picture. And that's why for 5 years now, I have been using today's sponsor.
Yeah, well, we can get past the sponsorship. It takes forever to get by it. Jeez. Let's see if we get, here we are. We'll get past her sponsorship. We're not interested in it. Oh, she's still going. Jesus. Here we are.
Like, I needed some like emotional moral support because I feel like I'm going insane watching this. So I am joined here today with the lovely Smug Alana, the VTuber, everyone's favorite Oshi.
Hey guys, I'm a JPEG and I would bow, but I can't, so just pretend I am doing it right now.
No, nice bounce.
Well, I mean, it'll get the views in, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you were on the left.
There you go. That does make my point, doesn't it? Right? Shoe, what can I say? You talk about important issues, but the thing is, this will get the views on your channel, right? If you really wanted to be about important views, your channel would lose steam. It wouldn't disappear. You'd still have your, your followers, but it'd lose a lot of steam. Talking about important issues, what can I say? It's for people who are serious about those issues.
Last Shoe0nhead video, I will literally shoot myself if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same
They want an apology, dude. They want you to backtrack. And if you had any self-respect, you would. But the thing is, you can't backtrack because you're not your own person. Shoe0nhead, he's not his own person. This man is a female worshiper. He's owned by the opposite sex. He can't backtrack.
Standard, suboptimal IQ level that Shoe0nhead and her dumb audience operates in so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Why is he so mad?
Still has yet.
Because he's been called out and he has no ammunition to defend himself with. That's why.
To bring up anything.
Nothing.
0 points.
Like,
0 points addressed.
How many seconds in are we?
I basically made the same joke in my video about like giving myself brain damage so I could understand. Trying to follow the logic here. Let me just give myself some brain damage. Imagine being that chatter. Like, hey Hasan, did you check out this video? Do you want me?
Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl and I change my politics all the time. Ooh.
Time out.
Please.
Emo?
I wasn't even gonna bring that up. No, hold on. For me, it's the wild way that he frames having nuanced opinions, like depending on the subject. Like, God forbid you disagree with.
Well, it depends, Shoe. That's true. Are you changing your opinions or are you testing where the wind blows? It all depends. I'd have to see some of these examples to make, a judgment on it.
Hasan Piker, the arbiter of correct opinions of the internet.
I do not have that many videos. I have like 100 videos in the span of like a decade. You could.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Shoe. I have to churn out videos regularly just to keep my channel alive. That's how suppressed it is. You are just like ContraPoints. You throw out one video a month and you get all kinds of views and subscribers because YouTube promotes you. You are not a threat to the feminist engine.
Go randomize and click on any of those videos and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was made today or 10 years ago. which honestly I shouldn't be bragging about, but okay, my point is I haven't changed that much. And the things I have changed my mind about, I'm very open about. The way he's framing people changing their minds, changing their political opinions over time as like a bad thing is bizarre, especially as a guy whose goal is, I assume, to change people's...
It's not bizarre. He's attacking you, right?
Mind politically. He's totally for people changing their minds politically, but only when they change their mind to agree with him. He supports people changing their mind as new information presents itself.
Yeah, I don't go that bullshit. Again, it's virtue signaling bullshit.
He supports iDubbbz apologizing for the crime of being funny 5 years ago, but when it comes to me changing my mind on like 3 things over the course of a decade, that's bad. Like, yes, I've changed on a few things, obviously. From the ages 23 to 35, yes, your opinions are gonna change a little sometimes.
No way, really?
Like, you probably don't believe the same things you believed, like, 10 years ago.
No, absolutely not. Well, I think in that video that you talked about, I don't know, I remember like a couple of months ago, you were like, I had a baby, and then I lived in the city, and then I was like, man, maybe safety and putting money into the police.
Right.
Oh, really? Shoot, you did have a baby? Or is she just mentioning that? I doubt it. I've never heard of you talking with children, right?
Isn't that bad, you guys? Yeah. Maybe that was different when you were like 20 or 25.
Right, exactly. Like when I was living in like sheltered suburbs.
Oh yeah, she's just using an example. Okay.
I was like, hey, cab, f the police. And then you live, and then you're an adult with a child, and you live in the city, and it's like, oh, actually, no, we need more police.
Never mind.
I just confuse terminally left-right-brained people. I always have. Hyperpartisan people absolutely hate me because they can't just, like, put me into a neat little box and then...
But I can, Shoe. We all belong in categories. I know what yours is. But, by the way, again, if I haven't mentioned before, Hasan Piker is not left-wing, let alone far left-wing. He's right-wing. Feminism is a far-right, regressive hate movement. Just in case I didn't say it before. Hasan Piker is right-wing.
Smash that box with a hammer. Hasan usually can hand-wave away critics like, oh, they're just an Israel shill, they're just a Zionist. He can't do that with me. He hand-waves them away by calling them neocons or neoliberals.
Well, you're a female. You're an attractive young female. Well, maybe not so young anymore, but you're an attractive female. That's why he can't hand-wave away. That's why he's so frustrated. You're his better, right? Remember, he's a male feminist. He sees women as above him. He's willing to attack other men. That's why you frustrate him. Sorry, Shoe0nhead, your opinions could almost be anything, and you'd be fine. People would support you. Guys would definitely support you.
Liberals, he can't do that with me. Alt-right incels, he can't do that with me. So what does he do? He malfunctions and starts calling me emo. Like, okay man, you got me. Emo is when eyeliner, I guess. In the hyper-partisan mind, it is completely impossible to hold...
He's not hyper-partisan. He's not. He's a male feminist. Again, Shoe0nhead, this is why YouTube promotes you.
Several non-contradictory opinions at the same time, like wanting free healthcare but also wanting a strong border. Like, to me, those aren't contradictory whatsoever. In fact, that works together. You don't want to override your healthcare system, right? Your focus should be American citizens. Like, in their mind, like Denmark doesn't.
Also, if you can't be put in a category, how come you got the American flag? Like, there is a category of type of people who put the American flag in the background, right? It says something about you.
Exist, right? They think like, oh, if you think unions are important, you must also be for minors having HRT. Like, no. If you believe in public transportation, you also have to believe in abolishing prisons. Like, no. So
I haven't watched all this yet, so I might be wasting your time.
Sorry, no, I don't know how my ideology is confusing. I don't know how they see that as, like, flip-flopping or being a grifter. When to me, it's, like, completely normal, common-sense stuff. Like, you can't have a country in decay like this. You can't. It will not be fixed by people like Hasan telling young men not to aspire for anything and saying stupid shit like telling people it's cool to steal.
Would you steal?
Again, It's not that they're aspiring for something. Well, they are. I guess I'm going to correct myself. They're inspiring to have contentment. And he's against that because they're male. He's a bigot. This is why I'm responding to you, Shoe0nhead. This is Piker's actual motivation.
From Whole Foods.
I'm pro stealing from big corporations.
Like, what in the fucking LARP is that? Yeah, stealing is so cool, dude. Let's just steal from big corporations so those
Well, the truth is, guys, if they're wise, will pirate stuff. You know.
big corporations move out of that community, and then that community turns into a crime-ridden, unsafe shithole ghost town. And
this is a weird take. So if a corporation moves out, why can't it be filled with like mom and pop, shops? Wouldn't that allow the local people to actually open up their own businesses? I'm not saying it would happen that way, Shoe, but this is just a weird take from you.
food desert. Like, yeah, bro, you're really fighting the man. Listen, you can tell people that billionaires are the real enemy until you are blue in the face, and it might be true, but Jeff Bezos isn't the one stabbing them on a train, you know? You can't have...
Yeah, but Hasan would love to be a billionaire. What do you think he's working at? Right? He's a man who wants to make money and get female validation. Shoot, that is... You can't be a woman worshiper as a man and not struggle to become wealthy. Because that's what attracts you girls. So if you're going to call him out properly. Hasan Piker wants to be a billionaire himself. He's not against the elites in any way. He wants to be one.
Have a peaceful, functioning, socialist, or even social democratic society with the delusional social policies of Hasan Piker. You just can't. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. It's just so funny he sees my politics as, like, incoherent, when to me, his politics are the ones that are incoherent.
It's not your politics. You supported his fellow man who he hates. So he made the huge mistake of attacking you in desperation. He should have kept his mouth shut.
The video was barely political. My response to him was about his, like, nihilistic mindset when it comes...
Again, it's not nihilistic. Do you consider the KKK nihilist? Right? The KKK, the Klan, Shoe, they would claim they're not nihilists. They're all for family, right? They just want to attack the brown-skinned people. Don't mistake bigotry for nihilism.
To young men, because for years we had to watch the media shove this guy down our throat like he was the Joe Rogan of the left. Oh, he was gonna save young men from the alt-right pipeline. By the way, this guy is never going to be the Joe Rogan of the left, because, like, Joe Rogan, at least Joe Rogan from years ago.
Well, he's not left-wing, for one thing.
I don't know about now. Was all about listening to other people's beliefs and hearing other people's opinions.
Joe Rogan's a grifter. That's why he got in early and he built it up his status, right? Joe Rogan actually talked about men's issues early on, but he realized he had to dump that, Shoe, because it hurt his status as a man. You can talk about men's issues. You're female, right? There's no stigma to it. You can do what you like. But also, you do it in a way that YouTube likes. Again, you put men to sleep unintentionally.
Hasan does not do that. Hasan closes his ears and goes, la la la, I can't hear you, you're stupid, I'm smart. For years, we had to listen to how this guy is gonna push young men away from the GOP. They are leaving the GOP, but they're not going to the Democrats, and I don't know if...
Again, he also can't call you alt-right because it doesn't work on women. All these insults, like incel, just goes off a woman's back, like, water off a duck's back for women. You're immune to all that, right?
They're going to the left either. But anyway, my video was not political. In fact, the only part that, was political was the
Actually, I disagree. When you support the contentment of men, or even the desire of the contentment for men, that's what you're actually was defending. The mere desire that men want to be content. That is a political act. Because feminism is a political hate movement against my gender. So your expression is actually a political act.
part where I agree with Hasan about the genocide in Gaza.
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience.
Very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. My point there was...
Again, I don't think he cares at all. He's just a grifter. He's been grifting from day one. I suspect he's a sociopath.
You can't be telling young men to only care about things that directly affect them and then make it your life mission to tell those same young men to care about things that don't directly affect them.
Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument the Shoe0nhead makes, one that should have been left in the dustbin of history?
There you go. It wasn't an argument, though. It was an observation. I know Piker will never hear me, but it was an observation that men deserve contentment. What? So he's trying to say, like, if you're a smart man, you would be a man-hater, right? But the opposite is true, Shoe. This boy here is a gorilla. He drags his knuckles. He's a subhuman. I hope you hear this, Piker. You're a subhuman. The evolved man is the pro-male man. We're leaving our knuckle dragging behind. We are standing erect.
All the way back in 2016.
As if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally more relevant today than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these...
There you go. Again, thank you for admitting that, Shoe, because that explains again why you dumped Armored Skeptic. You outstripped him in status. And so you said, bye-bye, engagement over, promise thrown away. I'm just saying this because I'm saying why YouTube supports you. You're just a typical woman in the end of the day. You're hypergamous, just like the average woman, right? You're never actually going to be for men's rights or men themselves in ways that count.
These aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now, Hasan. People disagree with you now.
Look at me as an emo girl, 4chan guys who are...
Also, 2016, that's when Ghostbusters, the female Ghostbusters came out. That was the beginning of the true onslaught of feminist-controlled media.
Now 38 years old, want to fap to me.
Wait.
Dude, Shoe, this guy faps to you. I guarantee you that. Right. Also, anti-fapping is anti-male too, Shoe. I'm just letting you know that too. It's anti-contentment. Masturbation is free orgasms for men. They don't have to beg women. They don't have to approach women. They don't have to worry about rejection. They don't have to worry about the risk of it. That's why guys who hate other men are against masturbation, right?
4chan guys want to fap to me? Wait, I thought it was super cool and progressive to have like an army of men who simp for you online. That's not very woke of you, Hasan.
First of all, I like how he used the word fap.
That's so old, isn't it? It's like gooning now.
Yes,
Come
it's
on.
gooning. Come on. Come on, get with the times. It should have been left in 2016, Hasan. Come on. If this was said by anyone else, he would be calling it misogynistic and sexist, but it's being said by someone with the hive mind approved opinion, so it's okay.
There you go. I'm glad you pointed out. What's the hive mind? It's the feminist mind. That's why, even though it was a big mistake on his part to attack you, Shoe, he had to. Again, he's just a foot soldier, right? For those who are in actual power.
Okay. It's called dark woke, Chud. We decided to become more hypocritical and annoying. You wouldn't get it. If I was getting paid for men to
There you go. You're using the word woke. Woke is a code word for feminism and feminist. Right, Shoe? That's why, again, YouTube supports you, right?
to me like many of his friends and ex-girlfriend porn star do for a living, that would be fine. He would support it. But since I
Ex-porn star, yeah, exactly. Girlfriend. Again, that's why he's struggling the way he is. That's why he tries to gain status. To get the girl. Shoe. That's why men do it. Again, that's why Piker would become a billionaire if he could.
don't do that and I'm just like a normal YouTuber, it's a way to insult and degrade me. It is interesting though how Hasan uses unfuckable as an insult to hurl towards men and fuckable as an insult to hurl towards women. I think it was Bell Hooks that once argued that patriarchy harms men by reducing their worth to status and conquest, while women are harmed by being reduced to only their desirability and being conquered. You should not be getting feminism mogged by someone who does not call themselves a feminist, Hasan.
Aha! The word finally comes out. Doesn't matter what he calls himself, though, Shoe. He is one. You know, that walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Not a good look, buddy. And also, bro, you thirst trap more than I ever have in my entire life. You are on the cover of JQ.
Even GQ?
You are on the cover of GQ in a f***ing hot tub. I will put the picture up there as censored as I can, just to shield everyone's eyes.
Like a little rubber ducky on his pee-pee.
Yeah, he's a part of the elites. He pretends to bash. That's true.
You are spread eagle in a magazine. Let me read this to you. Let me read what this journalist said. Are you ready for this? Here's how Hasan Piker starts each day, working out, shooting the shit. It's Monday, 8:30 a.m., and we're in the backyard of a house in West Hollywood, where there's a makeshift private gym with benches, pull-down machines, and dumbbells galore. This is where 34-year-old political influencer keeps his thirsted-after body fit.
What? By the way, written by a male, too. And I'm just like, I would have thought it was, yes, I'm pretty sure.
He strips his
He's thirsted after because of his status. You know, there are even better looking guys than Hasan Piker walking the streets, but they're nobodies, Shoe.
shirt off and arm
So they don't get women thirsting after them.
of girls and gays would kill to be where I am now, next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin Klein boxers poking out.
The socialist, by the way.
Sunlight glistening off the sweat beading on his chest hairs. So when it's women and gays thirsting after you, then it's a good thing. But God forbid straight men find you attractive. This is the dude that has to keep his girlfriend a secret like some kind of K-pop star so he can like be e-boyfriend for his parasocial female fans. I'm always talking about being married, like when I'm in a relationship, I'm talking about being in a relationship, whatever. I'm the whore, not the one playing e-boyfriend.
You're covered up! You can make the argument with me. When people say like, oh, well, she's just a pair of anime tits on the screen. Okay, fair point. However, Shoe doesn't even like have anything that she wears in her YouTube videos that are like revealing. Like she's very moderate.
People, wait, hold on, sorry. My dad is.
Yeah, but that's not the point. She's an attractive woman who actually supports some kind of male contentment. That's his issue. Right? And that's why I'm covering this, guys, because very simple male behavior is completely confusing to these girls. They can't figure it out. Right? To be honest, though, most guys can't either.
Colin, wait.
Dad, put me on the phone with him. Hey, we're busy. The left in a MAGA body, bro. That always stuck with me.
A progressive mind and a MAGA body. What do they even mean by that?
Big
Again, he's not progressive. Male feminist or regressive. Right?
attractive and eating healthy and working out is right wing. What the f are we smoking?
For like a good 3 years, there was this really weird campaign to make Hasan Piker like the face of progressive masculinity in a bizarre attempt to move men to the left. A progressive in a MAGA body, they said, which like, what the f did they mean by that? Hey,
Not bizarre, necessarily. It's just that the left wing is feminist controlled, and they're obvious about their man hatred. Shoe. Again, if you were any good at this, YouTube would start cutting back on your subscribers. It would start nicking them off like they do with mine. You'd have to be correct about what's going on in your commentary. The left wing is openly hostile to men. The right wing keeps its hostility masked. And that's why young men have been moving from the left to the right, whether they're left wing or right wing or not. They're looking for a space that's non-hostile to them.
guys, we're not all ugly, dysgenic freaks. Look, there's one of us who's attractive. What? Mr. Piker's success on camera, in some part, has been aided by the fact that he is, by conventional standards, a very handsome man. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and built like a professional athlete, a square jaw, a beard, and a head of thick, dark hair. It's the one aspect many of my haters can't shake, Mr. Piker said of his appearance in a Twitch broadcast last year. They can't turn around and be like, you're not hot.
No, but that's not what's getting him the babes. What's getting him the babes is his fame. The looks might add to it, right? But his status is the attractor.
Indeed, tens of thousands of viewers may watch.
Oh, by the way, these big, beautiful, muscular guys like Hasan, they'll still buy sports cars, right? They'll still buy items that show off status. Yes, that's the real attractor.
Watch his videos for his political views, but many also tune in for their view of Mr. Piker himself, whose social media profiles are littered with suggestive images of his muscly body in states of undress, or thirst traps, as the pictures are known. Some of his fans scrape, screenshot, clip, and repackage them into fan cams that travel across the internet, glorifying Mr. Piker's appearance and indirectly his beliefs. That is yet again another mainstream article saying one of the only reasons people watch Hasan is because he's attractive, and that he uses his appearance and thirst traps to—
If his looks is all it took, he wouldn't have to be a male feminist. He needs status. So he became a male feminist first. He, covered all the hateful narratives that are popular even today. And that's how he got where he is. Right?
gain a following. So is he like projecting onto me? Is that what this is? Is he like insecure about his thirst traps and his reputation of being nothing but eye candy? And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously your looks can help take you further in life, online and offline. Like if I was morbidly obese or hideously ugly, I probably wouldn't have like half the following I have. You can eat—
True, but even ugly women get supported by YouTube if they give the right narrative. And even homely girls still get attention from guys. Just no comparison between male and female. To be born female is to be born into privilege.
easily say the same thing for Hasan. But at least I organically collected my simps and didn't have some like astroturfed glaze fest propping
You don't need it. You're female.
me up for years as some kind of like
Shoe, you never really did anything special. Your takes are very milquetoast. You're the bare minimum of what a person can say positively. That is not what got you the fame.
political sex symbol. Embarrassing.
Also, if this was organic, why'd you get together with Armored Skeptic? Shoot, why did you get together with Armored Skeptic? How is that organic? He was building up his status and you globbed onto him. That's not organic. That's leeching off another person's status.
Eye candy. And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously, your looks can help take you further in life, online and offline. Like, if I was morbidly obese or
Okay, get past where this. Keep going.
years older than us, Hasan.
Yeah. Oh my god, the people that are in my demographic.
And what's so funny is like his little fangirls were coming at me on Twitter like, you're nearly 40 and you dress like a Hot Topic cashier. Like, and Hasan and I are the exact same age. I think we're a month apart in age. And like, look how he dresses. We are literally co-workers at the Hot Topic, okay?
People like Shoe0nhead are basically a humanoid version of a
You look great, Shoe. It doesn't matter if you're 40. Doesn't matter.
Reddit aggregator.
Reddit!
A 20-year-old man would shack up with you permanently if they could. Not just date you. They would shack up with you.
Reddit hates me!
Literally 80% of his audience are f***ing Redditors. Are we f***ing for real right now?
Bro is loved on Reddit.
What does that got to do with anything? Right? Redditors. Right. That's a very anti-male thing to say, by the way, Shoe. Because what's Reddit? It's supposed to be low-status men on Reddit. So if you're bashing Redditors, that's what you're really bashing. Low-status men.
Like, why didn't he say 4chan or Twitter? He's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even banter or do the jokes correctly.
Unironically, I think this entire rant, this clip, just sounds like if you were just to post the question, what do you think of Shoe0nhead on r/politics, and then read the comment section?
Yes.
It's just angry Reddit-coded mauling. You wanna know the worst part? This is the best thing you could come up with. This is the best you could do.
Jesus Christ. What an unbearable f***ing way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe0nhead. If you're getting your politics from a person like Shoe0nhead, you should be embarrassed.
Again, they're not getting their politics from her. They're getting non-hostility from a pretty woman.
What do you mean, get your politics from Shoe0nhead? I don't expect my audience to get their politics from me. I expect them to be-
I just explained it, Shoe, right? And he's the opposite. He's attacking men. He's the hostile part, right? That's what this war between you and him is about. It's hostility versus non-hostility to the male sex. That's what this is about, this disagreement.
be entertained, to laugh, to think, to engage with the discourse at hand. I don't try to, like, pass off as someone you should get your politics from. I don't think my audience should get their politics from me or any YouTuber for that matter. I think
You don't need to, Shoe, and you know it. You would go down that route if you needed to. You don't need to. You just have to be a friendly, pretty female face, saying things that guys like. Right? That's why you don't need to convince anyone about politics. That's why you don't really care that much about politics.
they should do their own research, come to their own conclusions. I just say my opinions, and people are free to agree or disagree. Hasan, on the other hand, like, really thinks he's some serious political commentator. Bro, you're a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. But that's the difference between you and I. I know what I am.
Oh my God, the things I want to say to.
Yeah, but at the same time, social media is very important to push propaganda and push your political views. Shoo, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be on here as an MRA. I don't try and downgrade Twitch and YouTube or Instagram or any of these platforms. They're the voice of the people.
People like this.
Then say it.
Say it. Say it, pussy. Did he change into a suit because I made fun of his Gucci shirt?
Like, you can literally see him scanning his chat of domestic terrorists, like Redditor for insults, right?
This is so lazy.
I find it more compelling when someone...
By the way, domestic terrorist just means low status guy as well. I have video covering that, talking about how they want to make incels, they want to consider them terrorist on an official level. Right.
Deconstruct why you're being stupid. I swear, I think if he had an audience that thought it was okay, he would obviously bring up that you're a girl. Stupid woman! It's like he's fighting his bro, like, instincts.
He's reverting back to bro tips Hasan Piker.
Yeah.
This week's bro tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you. This is a classic example of what happens when you're...
He looks really strange here because he bulked up so much. His head is too small for his body here. Just an observation, right? Not important.
Father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pay...
Oh, by the way, Shoo, if you bring this up with Hasan, he'll just say this is all just satire, right? He'll defend himself with that easy word, right? It's all just satire. I was just making fun of bros. That wasn't really me. It wasn't that this is what I really am. And then I, put on a mask of being progressive, right?
You up at a bar late night and bang you out on the first date.
All his insults I've already 8-miled him on, because I've already made fun of the fact that my eyeliner is from 2008. I'm in no position to talk about style. I still do my makeup like it's 2009.
Yeah, but your makeup looks good. Most young ladies that are using modern makeup, it looks terrible. They look like wax dolls. Most women don't know how to do makeup.
Made fun of the fact that you shouldn't get your politics from me. If you were going to Shoe0nhead for political information, you are deep fried.
Again, they're not getting their politics from you, Shoo. You're a friendly, attractive female face that guys gravitate towards. That's what they actually want.
He never self-insults. Like,
Shoo, I think you probably get it away with having a video where you just read the phone book, to be honest.
you can make jokes about yourself. Like, I've joked about a million times, like, oh, I'm a 400-pound man behind an avatar. Like, it's funny. Like, who gives a f? I feel like just takes himself way too seriously. The most popular streamers, every single one that I can name that are at the top with Twitch with Hasan, every single one of them at least, like, makes jokes about their appearance. Asman talks about how he's bald and doesn't have any teeth.
Asman is a complete anti-male piece of crap. Right. So you bring him up, but you don't even consider that about Asmongold, right? You're not connected. You don't see what's going on.
He leaves himself so exposed to being made fun of, and then he wonders why everybody makes fun of him. Like, just join in. It's part of being a human being.
Honestly.
Yeah, but he was attacking low-status men. Right? And it blew up in his face. There's no levity for him in this situation.
Good luck, dude.
Thanks.
Wait, Crash, now you like to wipe the drool off his mouth.
People should.
He's like frothing.
You're frothing at the mouth like a bulldog.
All right, so then we got one of these Hasan orbiters. So a former booby streamer. This is Kate.
This woman, by the way, would be the type who would Me Too Hasan. This is the thing about being a lizard brain man like Hasan, right? this far-right lizard brain man. He'll jump through hoops and build up all this status-attacking men to attract a woman like this, and this woman can turn around and decide to lie about him tomorrow and destroy him. Not just his career, his life.
Tron.
Oh my god, I cannot stand this girl. This shoe-on-head girl, pick me woman.
Shoe0nhead and her dumb.
She called you pick me. What she's really saying is you are male, non-hostile. I can't say friendly necessarily, but you're non-hostile to low-status men. That's what a pick me is to her. That's what it translates to.
Audience.
Her dumb audience of incels. Like, I don't know. It's like Shoe0nhead, if you like care so much about these incels, go one.
This is
Actually, she did make a good point, didn't she? I mean, who were you banging, right? Armored skeptic who had built up status, and once you surpassed him, you dumped him. So all these guys that, you're supposedly on their side, you would never touch any of these guys. She does have a point.
This is such a self-report for being a retarded whore. Like, I love the implication, too, that, like, Casey Trout thinks the only way you can truly care about men is if you have sex with them. Does this thought process just come free with not having a father figure? Do I have to have
What's this bullshit? Not having a father figure. You think having a father in your life makes women non-hostile to men? Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. There's all kinds of female feminists out there that have brothers and husbands and fathers. They're still bigots anyway. Right?
unresolved daddy issues to comprehend this?
Is that probably?
Dude, this is what I'm talking about. This is why YouTube supports you, Shoe0nhead. All right? It supports right-wing talking points like these hateful women, they have daddy issues. In other words, the common woman isn't like that. But the common woman is like that, Shoe. The common woman believes in the wage gap, the earnings gap, that is, and she believes in the glass ceiling, which are anti-male concepts. They're lies. Yet the average woman on the street who has husbands and brothers and uncles and fathers, they believe in that. So this, this woman just has daddy issues. It's just a bold-faced falsehood. I won't say lie because you might actually believe in your own bullshit, right?
Problematic for me to say.
No, it's just retarded.
Like, prove you care so much about these incels and their inability to get sex. Go one. Oh, wait, you won't? Because you're just grifting to them? Like, you don't even want to get with them either. But you.
Wow, I'm sorry, Shoe, but she's got you there. She's got you. Where are all your babies, Shoe? Right?
You'll condemn other women for not wanting to who you don't want to Okay.
When did I ever?
But this is also not about fucking. Shoe, this is what this woman is lying. It's not merely that she doesn't want to bang these guys. She wants to be, she's hostile to them and she wants to harm them. That's what these women leave out. If women were simply neutral to men, we would not have the male, issues that we see. Men getting kicked out of college by feminist women, that's not about lack of sex, is it? That's about the innate hostility, the innate unjust hostility women have towards us guys.
Condemn women for not wanting to people. What is it? Hat on foot again. Hat on foot making YouTube videos from Earth 2 about how women owe men sex. What
She's
the fuck
really
is she doing?
fantasizing.
Why is everything sex with these people too? Like everything is sex. You talk about.
Well, it's a code word, right? Also, women do make everything about sex because that is your status. Just being female, right?
about the human desire to like create a family and have a legacy, and they're like, sorry, you can't get laid, incel. Sorry.
Again, you're pushing right-wing talking points. These young guys, shoot, if you actually turned around and said, I'm going to date one of these like incels, like she claimed, you could turn around and say, I'm not interested in having children. And that low status guy will say, yeah, sure. He'll be happy with that. He won't care about legacy. Guys who talk about legacy just saying they want to get with a woman. Guys ditch this idea of legacy once he's got the girl.
You can't get pussy.
Says the chick that sits in her room all day and smokes weed until she's numb.
People.
Are you being serious? Dog, what are you...
If you look up the...
Yeah, but she can do that. She's female. Grinding your life away for status and work, that's the male issue. So young lady, smug Alana, you can't shame her with that kind of talk. It doesn't matter. Housewives are a thing. They're just women that are leeching off men. They have a no-work lifestyle off the backs of men. Society doesn't care if women don't work for a living. Matter of fact, I would say even more so, it cares that they do have this no-work lifestyle. I mean, that's just a simple fact.
Dangers of smoking marijuana in like a Kids Dare pamphlet, there's just a picture of Casey Tron's face.
You're happily married and have a child, but because some fat retard on Twitter...
Okay, let's see. So she does have a child? I better make sure I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I found out she is married with children, right? I couldn't find out much about her husband because I wanted to know how much he made, right? He was a YouTuber, a former one, and he ditched it. I suspect he was making better coin off the platform. Anyway, let's continue.
Thinks you're a grifter. You're gonna need to f a bunch of random men to prove them wrong. What do you just have to do? Like a weekly raffle? Pull a random inside of how do you verify?
I don't think Shoe is necessarily a grifter. She just panders to the male audience, and it works for her.
Subscriber number 20?
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. Shoe0nhead should be thanking me for giving her and her incel following. Said it again, award! Said it again,
incel! It's like a parrot, man.
What? Incel!
This is important. You should be bashing the word incel. Because all it means is low status man. It doesn't mean a guy who can't get laid. Shoe, married men get called incel. So it has nothing to do with whether a man is successful getting women to spread their legs for them. It's the N-word. That's what it's about.
Jafar from Disney.
Hasan is Jafar, and like,
yeah.
sitting on there, she's like, right, so he's like, good girl, yes, giving her a cracker.
Yeah, here's your cracker.
So once again, people in his chat brought up my video. He has not responded to it. He has not made a single point. Called me emo, called me irrelevant, but he didn't call me wrong. Notice that.
They never call
you wrong. They call you emo, but they'll never call you wrong.
Did you see what Shoe0nhead responded on Twitter? No. Also,
again, this was a big mistake on his part. He didn't actually go after you at first. He went after these guys who liked Pragmata, right? And once you stood up for them, then he was screwed.
what? Who cares?
Dude, that laugh is killing me.
Yes, who cares? Bro, the fake laugh. What is going on?
What are you guys talking about, man?
What are you guys talking about?
Bro, I'm literally over.
I wonder if it's worth going the last, what is it? 7 minutes. Let's go
We're
anyway.
here talking about how I'm doing a rally with someone who's running in Philadelphia.
I'm out here doing the revolution, okay? Like, that's cute, Hasan. That's adorable.
He's not a politician, man. The majority of the people that know your name only ever heard of you because you electrocuted your dog live on stream.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Does he not understand that 95% of his fan base are terminally online Redditors? Like, they don't give a fuck about your rally.
So you're doing the exact same thing he's doing. Terminally online Redditors. In other words, low status men. So he's bashing Shoe for dealing with low status men, and you're bashing him for doing the same thing. How are you two different?
Bro, in the background over here, they want you to call Shoe0nhead a Nazi to validate their hatred and their feelings.
Whatever the Shoe0nhead said.
Feminists are the actual Nazis, though. That expression, feminazi, that's actually accurate.
It's the laugh again! No!
What do the Nazis do, right? They paint the minority group of men as being subhumans. And that's exactly what Hasan does. That's why he attacked Pragmata, right? But then so did this young lady with the avatar here, right? These guys are just terminally online Redditors.
Oh, you're joking. Stop.
Hasan is pissed because, like, he's finally out doing something in the real world, and the only thing people care about, the only thing people are talking about in regards to him online right now is this. And you know what? To be, like, completely fair, which is something these people would never do for me, this was a better response than his first response. He's basically just like, I don't care, I'm busy doing, like, real things in the real world. Okay, fair enough.
No, it isn't fair enough. He's trying to wash his hands of it. He owes men an apology. He'll never do it because he hates men.
Understandable. Have a nice day. But then, then he said,
And he can't do that anyway because his feminist supporters would dump him and worse, demonize him. He'd lose all his status, and the young ladies that actually spread their legs for him would disappear.
What is this?
Talk to me when we got the wiki feed ratings up for Shoe0nhead. Okay, what's their wiki feed looking like?
What?
Okay, what's their
What is going on? Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though.
What?
Honestly, it would be Giga Chat if it came from anyone funny or likable.
Like, if the chatter didn't even bring it up, why did you bring up WikiFeed?
I know. By the way, if you guys don't know, WikiFeed is a website where people upload pictures of, like, celebrities' feet. Let's look up Hasan's foot.
Oh my, no way. He's got his bare tootsies online.
Wait! I have a higher feet score than Hasan. Is this what this is about?
He's mad?
He's been foot-mogged.
By the way, never addressed anything you said. Never
No.
even attempted to refute a point you
No.
made. Just starts going so on.
Yeah, foot fetish is pretty strong amongst guys, that's for sure, right? So it was a waste of time for Hasan to do it, right? Straight guys aren't interested in seeing his feet.
About like WikiFeed.
If I sold feet pics, if I sold pictures of my feet, would he use this
Actually means nothing. That's why I was worried about going any further. What's this got to do with anything?
as an insult? No, because he's Mr. Sex Positive, Mr. Sex Work is Real Work, Mr.
It's
Brothel
sex
Boy.
work, yeah, I'm making.
But he's not sex positive. He's not progressive. It's not just that he's bashing these guys for not getting laid. He doesn't want them to get laid. He's sex negative. This Hasan would see men's sex as hurting women. He's sex negative.
A difference, unlike Shoe and her stupid video. Also, did you know she's stupid?
She's stupid. Don't go watch the video. Don't go watch it, guys. She's stupid.
Also, her feet are kind of nice looking.
The craziest part.
By the way, the guy Shoe0nhead married is right-wing conservative Catholic, right? a man's politics really don't matter if he has the status, right? Like she was with Armored Skeptic. He was an atheist. But once this other guy outdid him in status, she jumped to him. She doesn't care, right?
About all
Shoe0nhead is just a typical woman, by the way. This isn't bashing you as an individual, Shoe. You're just an example of what motivates women.
this was after his crash out and like after everyone was making fun of him. He gets on Twitter and he's like, I've yet to watch any of her content. Excuse me? So what the f are you basing all of this on? How am I stupid? How do I change my politics? How am I just an emo girl that—
Yeah, well, liars always contradict themselves, Shoe. He's a feminist. Feminism is a hate movement. It can only live off lies. He's trying to do damage control. It's sour grapes in his case.
men fap to? Either A, he's lying and he has seen my content, or B, he's just blindly repeating things he's seen other people say about me. Either way, it's pathetic. He's stuck between, like, wanting to be above it all. Ugh, I don't even know who that is. I'm out here doing the revolution, and wanting to tear me down. But he can't do both. So as it stands right now, what he's saying is that he has literally never heard me speak. He just looked at me and went, "Woman online must be a whore." Which honestly, not a bad guess.
People should be more embarrassed, okay? What happened to shame?
Oh, wait. I find it incredibly ironic that the guy who used chain lightning on his dog live on stream in front of thousands of people and then lied about it and gaslit everybody thinks that anyone else needs to be embarrassed about anything. Like, you've spent your entire career, the better part of a decade plus, being a political commentator.
Yeah, he's a sociopath. He's not capable of shame.
But the only thing that the majority of the internet knows you for is f***ing zapping your dog for stepping off its 4 square foot cot that you've designated for it. That's your f***ing legacy, Hasan.
Shock my dog, I can't stop, yeah.
Like, obviously he watched the video and something in it really had him rattled. Like, was it the brothel thing? Was it the clock meme?
You were being non-hostile. I shouldn't say supporting. You were being non-hostile to other men. That's what triggered him. He went after these guys and they blew up. Their blow up, pushback against him alone was harmful. But you supporting them devastated him.
Because if it was the clock meme—
Because now these guys have female validation. His attacks are completely inert.
that was a joke, okay? We're the same age, Hasan. It is not too late. This is all not that serious. I just thought it was really funny and everybody was asking for a response video. So there's your response video. I also just want to make it clear that if he responds, I will not be responding back unless it's something absolutely insane that requires a response.
Okay, we don't need the last minute. Now, Shoe0nhead, like I said. Just a minute. No, there's more. Maybe. No, I will cut it off here. Shoe0nhead, look. This boils down to Hasan being a male feminist, whether he admits to it or not. He attacks other men viciously. He's out to see men harmed on a political level, on a legal level, on an education level, on all levels. And you actually supported the idea of guys seeing their own contentment as worthwhile. That's what this is about. This is about a non-hostile person, that's you, bumping against a hostile person, that's Hasan. But being non-hostile is not the same as being in men's corner. That's why I am doing this response. And that's my issue with both of you. Anyway, we'll end it here.